being here. Apologize to get this video up so late. I actually had everything set up, and for some reason I lost the complete setup. So uh, I will not be able to read this time your chats, um, unfortunately, because I'm doing this from my phone. I don't have my laptop available, um, my ancient laptop. But anyways, guys, I just want to go over tonight's game really quick. I did want to say I am thrilled for the Denver Broncos. What a game. That was crazy. I know there was some calls there at the end that all the Bills fans aren't going to like. Um, but the main one is that interception there at the end, which I could understand why you would say that wasn't an interception. I personally believe it was, because I believe that the way they explained it, I think is actually correct. But also, even if it wasn't, I personally told my wife there was holding in the end zone going on that was not called, that should have been called, that would have resulted in a safety, giving the Broncos the win anyways. And I told her that, and then lo and behold, later on, I found out that tons of Broncos fans were saying the same thing, including Sean Payton. So, again, I wish I could see your chats on that because you might have something to say about it. But anyways, right now, well, also, I was extremely wrong on the 49ers. My goodness, did they get blown out. My aunt's a 49er fan, so I was rooting for them. And honestly, I just thought that they were going in as such a strong team that they could handle. Originally, I thought Seattle would win, and then last minute I changed tune and thought the 49ers could, and man, was I wrong. But then we also now have New England and Houston, and the last I checked, Houston was down, but it was still a game. So I'm going to hurry up and finish this video so I can get back to that. But also, we got the next game getting ready to come on at 6:30 Eastern time between the Rams and Chicago. And that's what I came on to talk about. So just to kind of go over, I'm not going to break down every single matchup, but I'm going to go over the players I like. You can easily see here Puka Nacua. He's got a fantastic matchup. The Bears are 31st against the wide receiver, 22nd in pass yards allowed per game on average. So he's gonna do absolutely phenomenal tonight. I can't see why he won it. I won't lie, I love Matthew Stafford's matchup. The Bears are 30th against the quarterback, 22nd, like we said, in pass yards allowed. I think he's going to do phenomenal tonight, but it was a struggle between him and Caleb Williams as far as who I would play in some of those other games. In this game, I want to play them both, and I don't see not playing them both. If I had to fade one, it would be Caleb Williams because of the matchup. But I'll be honest with you, I think Caleb Williams is capable of sticking in this game. He's proven that in all these other games. Los Angeles is 15th against the quarterback. They are 19th in pass yards allowed on average per game. And I want them both in my lineup. I do expect Kyren Williams to have a good game. Bears are 14th against the running back, 27th in rush yards allowed per game, giving up about 132.6. But I also feel like they've been using Blake Corum more, who I also think could be an okay pick. Not as like a number one, not as one of your studs, but if you need a cheaper option, I think it would be okay personally. But again, if you're just coming on here, I can't see your chats unfortunately right now, but you guys can chat amongst yourselves. But yeah, I do like Kyren Williams. I wasn't able to get to him because of salary. And I love Devontae Adams' matchup here. I really like him. Bears, like we said, are 31st against the wide receiver. I think he would be phenomenal. He's averaging 15.9 fantasy points a game. Don't like DeAndre Swift here as much. The Rams are 12th against the running back. They are 12th in rush yards allowed per game. I don't love that really at all. What I do like, I really like Colston Loveland here. He's gotten over 20 fantasy points the last 3 games. He's gotten over 25 in the last 2 games. The Rams are 16th against the tight end, so I think it could be a better matchup, but I almost don't think it matters. Like we said, they're 19th in pass yards allowed. I expect Loveland to be relied on in this game too, but honestly, I think they're going to count on him in moments when they need to, for sure. But they have Odunze, who is apparently playing in this game. They took the questionable tag off of him. They have DJ Moore, and they also have Burden. So I really like any of these receivers. I do. It's a question of who's going to get it in this game. I personally have become a fan of Rome Odunze this year. So I really would like to get to him if I can. Los Angeles is 24th against the wide receiver. But you also have DJ Moore, who's averaging 10.5 fantasy points per game, and Burden is averaging 8.8. So really, I like any of those guys. I think either kicker tends to get a lot of usage. Santos had 13 fantasy points last week. And Harrison... Mevis, I think it's Mevis. He had 12. So not bad for either of those. I don't want to go with either defense here because I think both offenses are strong enough that I don't want to play any defense personally. You got Parkinson and you got Higbee. I don't think I want to play either of those. Wasn't sure on Zacchaeus. I don't think Zacchaeus is getting enough targets lately for me to want to pick him. Same thing with Komet. He only had 2 targets in the last game. I will say Mumfield is listed as the number 3 for the Rams. And though he's only had 1 target the last 2 games, and the games before that he had 5 in week 17, he had 8 in week 16. So I feel like they might actually use him tonight. And unfortunately, this is one of those games where I found myself going extremely weak on the captain in order to fit a lot of other players in that I like. It's either kind of weak or extremely weak, and I'll show you what I mean by that here in a second. Again, just to hammer this home, if anyone's coming on new right now, I cannot see your chat, and I apologize for that. I can't see it, but I'll look over it afterwards to see what everyone said, and if I feel like I need to respond, I will. But I'll say this: I'm going to go ahead and start making a lineup. I wish that I could put Puka Nacua at the top, a captain. I just don't see how that's possible with the salary. And I want to play both quarterbacks. There's guys that I have to leave out, unfortunately, just because of the salary and the fact that I want to play both quarterbacks. So what I actually found myself doing was I did one lineup actually with Higbee at captain, which I really don't like this one because I don't think Higbee's going to get a ton of work, but there's no way I'm not playing Puka Nacua. There's no way I'm not playing Stafford here. I also like Caleb Williams. From there, I like Devontae Adams. I really like Loveland. Loveland, look at his targets. 15 targets last week, 13 the week before, 10 the week before. They have relied on him. I really want to try to get to him, but I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to. So I think who I had in this lineup, I had Odunze, and then I had Burden. So this is what I was able to come up with if I play Higbee at captain. I got both quarterbacks. I got Puka Nacua. I got Rome Odunze and Burden. I think this is a solid lineup. I don't know how contrarian it would be, but I think it's all right. The other option that I had was I actually went even cheaper, and you guys are probably yelling at your screen. I know I say that a lot, but I went with Mumfield up here, and then what was it I did? I think I had, so obviously I had Williams. I think instead of Burden, I think I went with DJ Moore. So then I had DJ Moore and I had Odunze. Um, I was trying to think of a way. If you take out Odunze, you could put Adams in there still because I really do like that play. But then you're stuck with like a Blake Corum, a Manungai, which don't look terrible either. I think they'll get points tonight. I just don't think they're going to get a boatload. You know what I'm saying? But you could play either kicker, and I think that would be okay. You could still play Higbee. I think I would prefer at that point to play personally like a Loveland and maybe a Burden. Actually, I like this one quite a bit because I really do like Loveland in there. And I do like Burden. But I like Odunze. For some reason, I like DJ Moore less. I know they've been using him a lot, but yeah. So I wanted this one to be short, and I'm going to end this one now because I got stuff to do, quite frankly, and I want to watch these games as well. I could go higher here for Mumfield, do like a Zacchaeus or a Ferguson, but I think Mumfield, honestly, is going to get more usage than them. I kind of have a feeling tonight, but I could be way wrong. I'm just saying he has had some targets in the past. He didn't get many points off of them, but he did have some targets. But either way, for me, guys, I don't think there's any way that I'm not playing both quarterbacks in this game. And I know for certain I'm playing Puka Nacua. So those are the guys I'm not willing to give up. But hopefully this helps you get a frame of mind for your own lineup. I know it's kind of late in the game. No pun intended there. But yeah, hopefully if you don't have your lineup set by now, this will help you, give you some thoughts on your own. But yeah, just keep in mind, remember that Mumfield, Zacchaeus are some cheap guys I think you could go with. Outside of that, I don't think there's too many cheap guys that I would want to go with. But with Atwell being out, I think that opens up a little more for Mumfield. And yeah, I appreciate you guys watching as usual. I wish you the best for your lineup. And I will talk to you next week for the championships. Can't believe I'm saying that right now, but I'm excited. Again, if you just came on, I can't read any chats. But once this video processes, which is going to take like a day, I'll get on and look them over and see what you guys said. As far as the game tonight, originally, I still think the Rams are going to win. That's kind of my overall. If I have to pick, I think I'm going to pick the Rams. But I really do think Chicago could win this game. I think there's a strong chance of that happening. I think Caleb Williams is just relentless. He doesn't want to give up, and he seems to find ways to win. Kind of like Bo Nix and my Broncos have, and it really stinks that Bo Nix is out for the season now. It's terrible, and I wish him a speedy recovery. But unfortunately, we're going to work, not unfortunately work with Jared Stidham, because I actually like him too. But unfortunately, Bo won't get to play in those games, or at least in the championship, and that really stinks as a Broncos fan. So, but anyways, yeah, guys, I wish you the best for your lineup. I hope you have a good night, and be blessed. Thanks for watching.